Hello and welcome to the Misery Loves Mandy podcast. This week we have Mike Falzone. I'm so happy to have him on. I've been dying to ask him for a while now, but he's been kicking ass with the show Surrounded, so I didn't want to bug him, but he made the time. So happy he did. This episode was great. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Sign up for my Patreon. Thank you for the new subscribers on Patreon. I appreciate it so much. Also, I'm doing a new thing where if you have a weekly wiener, you could send it to miserylovesmandypod@gmail.com. It'll all be below. And I want to hear some wieners you guys got. I'm running out of wieners. And I just want to hear what you have. But also, we're running out of wieners. Also, when you try to think of a wiener, they all come to you. So I'm just like, I need to chill with the weens. Well, enjoy the episode. And thank you so much for watching. All right. You cool with headphones?
Yeah, dog.
Okay. Wow, we're doing it. Can you believe it's dark out right now?
No, not really.
It's freaking me out, man.
Kind of happy about it.
You are?
Yeah, just kind of happy it's not like... I'm happy whenever it's not 95 degrees in fall.
That's true.
Yeah.
I could second that.
Yeah.
We just got back from Minnesota, or I keep saying Minnesota, but Minneapolis. Mm-hmm. I just learned how to say Minneapolis.
What? You didn't know how to say it?
I kept saying Minneapolis. So I learned how to say it at Minneapolis on stage.
Yeah,
and they
good.
cheered me on.
Good. Was that your whole set?
I did 25 minutes of that. It fucking killed.
Just trying to figure it out? Mm-hmm. They must have been so happy for you, dude.
Oh, they were very, that was the loudest they were my whole set. I'm also, getting over a sinus infection.
Okay, tight.
I'm, on week 2.
Yeah.
But, my voice has sounded like there's an alien in it.
Dude, well, we're both kind of in rough shape then.
Fuck yeah. Buckle in, guys. Mike Falzone.
Hi, everybody. It's so good to be here.
I'm so happy you're here.
I'm happy to be here, too. What a nice little room this is.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I love it. As my first setup was not like this.
What was your first setup?
I've said it a million times that it was my studio apartment that I was in 10 years. My only apartment out here until this.
Yeah.
My bed. My futon that I never used until the podcast. And then just all of this somehow, one camera though, somehow fitting in that apartment. So people's reactions when they walked in weren't as fun as this one.
Yeah, this is very regular and nice.
Yeah, this is good.
So it's less what am I doing on this couch?
Yes, exactly. That's what I was nervous about before.
Yeah. How long have you been here?
Since March.
It's you and Matt here?
Mm-hmm.
I like you guys a lot. I've said it from the beginning. I like you guys a lot.
You know, I never knew him in the scene ever until...
Not a very memorable person. You've seen one Matt, you've seen... No, he's the shit. I really do. I love him. I have maybe the opposite of not a memorable person with him because I seek him out. There's a couple people who have an authenticity to him that it's very comforting to an East Coast person.
Oh yeah, he's very East Coast. He will say everything.
Yeah.
We actually talked about that yesterday because we had people over Sunday night to play games, and he's like, I think sometimes when I say things, I'm offending people.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's like, their reactions aren't like what I was expecting.
Yeah. No, I remember when I first moved here and people didn't know how to take me. And I didn't know any other way to be. I didn't know that there was an option. And so I spent so many years getting this personality, and then you learn you have to taper it off a little bit for certain people.
Yeah, just depending on who you're around, especially strangers.
Yeah.
But Matt doesn't know the taper either. He's got no taper.
Well, eventually, once you have all your people in place, it doesn't, you don't care anymore. Mm-hmm. I have... me and Zoya have been together since before we moved here. And so I was never super like, man, I better get some friends.
That's so true. You're set.
Yeah.
You're good.
Yeah.
Really, one
Unless
friend.
she leaves me.
She'll never leave you.
She might. She's the better one. So she could leave at any time.
But now you got your hot haircut.
That's true. She can't leave now.
You just leveled up, man.
Yeah, that's true. But she did it. So she still has like full control of my hotness.
So you haven't had to go get a haircut in like forever.
No, it's been awesome.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
My high school boyfriend's sister was a hairdresser.
Mm-hmm.
That relationship stayed longer than it should have because I was like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. It's worth it. That's such a beneficial thing that anyone can use, especially like if you're a woman and it costs you fucking $300 every time you get your hair did.
I have to fly to Florida to get my hair cut. I literally wait, and it's so long sometimes. And I'm like, I can't afford it out here. Even a Groupon haircut for a woman out here is more than I can afford.
So you have to go get your haircut with other people, with like 4 other people.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah, fair.
So I will fly across the country to get a trim.
Yeah. Just think about how much that is, like plane ticket, all in all. Or do you match it up with like you go see your family? And
I match it up. It doesn't go around the haircut, but
and then you go see your ex-boyfriend's sister.
No. That hairdresser died with that relationship.
Damn, R.I.P.
I know.
Just in time for Halloween.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust an ex's. What if like she hated me from the breakup and then just gave me a bob?
Yeah, it really does depend on what kind of breakup.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if I had any breakups that I still talk to their family and they don't. I don't. They're all gone. They're all memories.
I have a friend who, I'm so sorry for saying this. I won't say your name, but she'll know. I don't think she listens to it. One of my best friends, she always holds on to the family. And I'm like, that's like a high school move.
It's like, well, why? Why?
Because it's like, I did it when I was younger in high school.
Yeah.
You'd be like, oh, I'm going to talk to the family. I guess it gives you a sense of hope.
Sure. Oh, so if you were the one like broken up with?
Yes.
And you didn't want to be, but you still have contact with the family?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like the biggest stakes game of I'm gonna leave my scrunchie at your place.
Yeah. It really is.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then instead of it working, they just think you're fucking crazy.
For sure, and they all talk shit about you behind your back. Yeah. That's so wacky. What a move.
Yep. It is weird when you hear people doing things because you understand them. You've had those feelings. You did it when you were younger.
Yeah.
But when they're still doing it, you're like...
Like 30s?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh, no. There was a bunch of things. I don't want to harp too much on East Coast, West Coast, or LA.
No, I love that.
I've been so corrected so many times. Like, less East Coast, West Coast, and more like Northeast versus Southwest.
Okay.
But
no one ever says that.
I know, just like LA and New York mentality. There's such like I don't know. I feel like there's so many people here who didn't have certain life forming experiences. You know what I mean?
Like being spanked?
Yeah, sure. Or being spanked too much. There's a lot of people out here who just like, it seems like the only thing they were was spanked.
Yeah, there's a give and take. You gotta actually know why you're being
Yeah, you can't like need it every time you have a disagreement.
Oh, I bet you that statistically sent a lot of people to LA.
Yeah. Like if you live in Indiana and you got spanked too much, you probably live in Los Angeles now. Dude, we started, it's so disrespectful, but we started calling a certain type of girl Indiana haircut.
Ooh.
We saw a girl who was just like, you know how you could tell after you've lived here for a certain amount of time, you could tell the people like just moved here and they have their like license plate still from like wherever they moved from.
It's like a high school look. Like
Yeah.
I mean, not high school,
Yeah, yeah.
homeschool.
Homeschool.
It's
look,
like a
sure.
sprinkle of homeschool.
Yeah, like an untainted type, less wacky, very plain, very vanilla. And Zoya was like waiting for somebody to cross the street the other day. She was like, "Okay, Indiana." And I'm like, it's so mean and it's so what is that called? Like reductionist, but it's very funny at the same time.
It is funny because now you're going to see them everywhere.
Yeah, it's like having a Jeep or wanting a Jeep. You see Indiana haircuts all over the place.
Now I'm going to see it and send you guys photos.
Yeah, here's one.
That's good.
Won't make it across the street.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's weird like being from Florida. If you say I'm from the East Coast, people are like, nah. They're like, I'm like, what am I then?
Yeah.
Like, that's the East Coast.
It's Florida is obviously weird. You know that it's weird, but it's also, not only is it weird where like wacky stuff happens, but it's like, are you Southern? Are you East Coast?
Yeah.
Are you Dominican? You know?
Pretty much just Cuban. Everyone's Cuban.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, if I do a show and I'm like, any East Coasters here? I've done this once. And they go, woo. And I go, I'm from Florida.
And they're like, fuck you.
It's exactly.
Yeah, like you're not claimed by anybody.
No, we're just a little hangy little thing that's like, we're like a skin tag.
Yes, you are the skin tag. Well, I don't want to get your show in too much trouble, but I have about 3 places that I would put before you in the skin tag of America category. But
I like Florida. I do love it.
Sure, you have to.
I have to. It's just like I love my Miami Dolphins team.
Yeah.
Also Florida. You're like born into these things. I mean, I left it.
Yeah.
But like,
I feel like most people, I don't know if anybody hates Florida as much as they are made nervous by Florida.
ooh,
You know?
maybe
Like, I don't.
that's what it is.
No one's ever like, fuck Florida. Everyone's like, ugh. Oh boy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is more of the reaction.
Ever since that bath salts.
Yeah, and they both happened near my hometown.
Of course.
Like one was like 30 minutes north and one was an hour south.
Damn.
It's a bath salt sandwich.
Yeah. Which is a huge delicacy down there.
Yeah, it is. It costs a lot of money.
But yeah, super weird place. But I've been a couple times. I've never had a bad time.
Yeah, it's fun.
Never had a great time. But I heard great things about Miami. I've never hung out in Miami ever.
Did you go to South Florida at all, like Fort Lauderdale?
I don't remember. It was a lot of Orlando.
Okay, yeah.
And then a lot of flying to Orlando. And then in my like music days, it was driving through Florida, which was just as boring as driving through like Pennsylvania. It's like Florida when you need to get to Orlando and you're driving and it's just like, we're going to drive through the night. It's the most boring shit.
It's just
ever.
flat.
Yeah.
Just so flat. I was doing a show in the Keys with some guys and we were driving home. And the Keys drive is really long and dangerous, too, because it's a one-way road, this one strip, and it's on a bridge.
Okay.
And the car swerves. I'm in the back, and it wakes me up. And I say to the guy driving, and I'm like, hey, are you good? And he goes, yeah, I'm just tired.
I'm fine. I'm just sleeping.
I said pull over right away. And, like,
Yeah.
my, like, I guess mom instincts, I don't know what else to call it, just, like, survivor instincts,
Yeah.
survival instincts kicked in. And I was wide awake that whole drive.
Yeah, dude. All it takes is the right, getting scared the right way to keep you up for another, like it buys you another 6 hours of driving.
Oh.
It's so scary, dude.
I did the weird, I didn't even tell Matt about this. Last night, I wake up at 2 a.m. to this weird noise. We went to sleep.
Turns out you were driving.
I actually did fall asleep driving his car home from San Diego.
Oh, no.
He was so mad at me.
What a dick, dude. That guy doesn't understand anything.
I didn't say anything. I was just like, oh.
Yeah.
I felt like a kid in trouble.
Yeah. That's kind of the only way you could feel.
Yeah, but so last night I wake up. We went to sleep watching that show Encounters about the aliens. Have you started it or
I
watched
have started it? I didn't see the whole thing, but I have seen a couple episodes.
It's really good. It's strange that they all go to like schools of kids and they do it when no adults are around.
Yeah.
Makes me really like aliens.
Or like they're lurkers, kind of.
Ooh.
Like aliens are only visiting kids in school.
Yeah, so maybe take that back. I don't like aliens.
Like, that's how I would do it if I was an alien.
If I could just fly away real quick, done. Who wouldn't? Okay, so we watch Encounters. I fall asleep. I wake up at 2 to this weird noise, and it's like, ooh, I can't. It was like,
no, you have to do
okay.
this.
It was like, ooh, ooh, and then more like spaceshipy though.
Sure.
So,
like, how do you do it?
Yes, that was so good. Have you ever done that before?
No, I had a teacher that did it all the time, and I was like determined to figure it out.
Why? Why did the teacher do that?
Because we all had ADHD, and he was like, he knew he couldn't assign homework unless we were paying attention.
Oh my God. Also, I'll get it back into the story, but I have to say that water bottle has been there for 6 episodes.
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
And gone back in the fridge. And I'm going, why does no one want their water?
Because no one wants to talk and drink water.
Yeah.
But I'm so like,
I don't care.
You're a gym person, right?
Yeah.
I just started going back to the gym.
Yeah.
And today, thank you so much. Day 3.
That's good. The first 2 weeks are the hardest.
It sucks, man. And we did legs today. Me and Zoya are going. She got me a gym membership for my birthday, which I'm really trying hard not to take personally. But she was like, if you ever want to have sex again, you have to go to the gym. And she said those words. And we did legs today, and I forgot. Like, I forgot what it's like to just it just sucks. My whole body sucks. So I'm like, yeah, I'll drink water when we're talking.
I'll drink with you. I don't care. I always do it. But I'm gonna send you this powder to take that'll help you not get sore.
What is it? Is it AG1?
No, it's no.
Not as fun.
It's AG2. It's L-glutamine.
Okay.
And it's crazy. Whenever I take a break from working out and I'm scared to work out because the pain that you get in the beginning is like falling, going pee pain.
Yeah, that's what I'm in right now because we did squats today and I'm like, I can't lower myself onto the toilet.
2 days, in 2 days, it's going to be the worst.
I know.
You just got to get through it. But I'll send you that stuff. It's
Thank you.
Best. Okay, so yay to that water being open. We did it, guys.
You were talking about encounters.
Okay, so I'm like, I'm pretty sure there's an alien outside. Like, should I go look? Like, so, like, it could be.
Yeah.
I should look just in case I don't want to miss it.
You have to have a story to tell Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, if I see it, do I want that pressure of being the crazy person that saw the alien? Am I ready for that?
Yeah.
So then I think, I don't know. So then I turn and I lean on Matt and I realize it was his breathing.
I thought you were going to say Matt was an alien.
That would be so cool.
It was like cool. Matt's like Hartford Whalers hat, but an alien fit. Like the alien took his hat.
He's like, ew, you're not a kid.
Get me out of here. Get me out of this adult house.
Gross.
Dude, yeah, that's definitely. I remember watching alien shit like Fire in the Sky and shit when we were little.
I've never seen that.
It's just very like scary if you're scared about aliens at all. It's a movie, and I remember seeing that, and then I lived in the woods, and then any light anywhere near the woods for the next like 3 years was an alien, and I was just fucking petrified.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
I hated the alien ride at Universal as a kid. Mm-hmm. It would breathe on your neck.
What the fuck?
I hated it. I was usually not a scared kid, but that ride ruined me.
So it made you think that the alien was like
right there.
And you're strapped in, yeah?
Yeah, you're in. And now it's Lilo and Stitch.
But Lilo fucking breathes on your neck?
I think they just redid the whole thing. They're like, no one's writing this. They're all too scared.
Dude, so crazy. Do they still have scary rides there?
I don't know.
Like Jurassic Park was supposed to be scary.
Jurassic Park. Oh, yeah, that was scary. Mm-hmm. They got rid of Jaws, which was never really scary.
It was supposed to be, but
yeah,
it was more like seeing a celebrity than it was like getting eaten.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I was thinking about you the other night because we had like a Halloween movie watching marathon.
What?
And I've been talking on like all these podcasts about how disappointed I am in my fucking movie choice for this year. I've never seen any of the Texas Chainsaw Massacres.
I don't think I have either.
Don't. They're terrible.
Really?
Yes, but so I watched them in order. I've seen the first 3, and I think all 3 were terrible. But the further I get from the original, it's making me see why the original was good.
Okay.
Like the original must have shocked the fuck out of people in 1974, and then they just made that movie again in different ways, and it's fucking terrible. And then we watched Beetlejuice. And then I showed...
I wore my Beetlejuice shirt.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I
Beetlejuice
love
like one of my favorite
Beetlejuice.
movies
Me
of all
too.
time. That's an awesome shirt, by the way.
Thanks.
And then we watched a Scary Movie.
Okay.
And I was like, literally the second she talked, I was like, dude, have you guys ever heard Mandy's impression? And it's my favorite. I told you back in the day that was like the most perfect impression I've ever heard.
I should bring it back.
Yes.
Maybe
Especially
I will.
like now, because everyone knows her from the Halloween stuff.
Yeah, that's true. I
Yeah.
will do a Halloween one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good. Watch it blow up.
Oh, let's see. They never did before. I'm like,
It's like just me being like, it's so good.
it's okay.
No, it's good. Dude, you have that voice where it's like, it's already almost like hers.
Mm-hmm.
So if you closed your eyes and heard both of you, I wouldn't be able to tell you apart.
That's why I started doing it. Because, like, in high school, everyone said I sounded like her. Then I went on a trip to Europe with my mom. And, like, I had 2 people in Europe say I sounded like her. And I'm like, this is weird.
All over the world.
I'm
dude?
like, okay.
Yeah.
Also, like, I feel like I'm younger enough to where, like, can you guys just book me for the roles you would have booked her?
Yeah. Or, what's it called? Like voice stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. You're like ChatGPT, Anna Faris. What happened to her? Is she still doing stuff?
She was doing that mom TV show, but I think she just ended it. But she was on that forever. And she has a podcast.
Okay. So, same show.
So we're pretty much like doing the same thing? Okay.
Cool. That's great.
I love her so much that I have to hate Chris Pratt now.
So what happened?
So from her book, and she had to rewrite her book after because the divorce happened once the book was finished, but the book wasn't out before.
Okay.
It happened all like weird timing.
She added more details or took some out?
I think she just reworded it a little bit.
So same details.
So it was like same details that like my ex. Or
Oh,
like,
she just took the name out?
I think she wrote it as like my husband and stuff like that. And then before the book came out, it wasn't her husband anymore.
She just put EX in front
She goes,
of it.
nah.
Damn. Crazy.
Yeah, but it sounded like they were just, when they started dating, he was like I think he was always a great boyfriend, but like a really sweet guy and always brought her flowers and stuff to set. But she was bigger when they started.
Yeah.
And then a little reversal happened and he got bigger.
Can I say something that is maybe against men?
Yeah.
And I'm brave. I'll say it. You can't let the fat ones get good looking.
No, you can't.
Especially when they're already kind of good looking. Every fat guy has fat guy mentality. And then you give a fat guy abs and it's like giving a toddler abs. You can't let them get confident like that.
No, that
They're gonna fuck it
toddler
up.
will fuck you up. Won't listen to anything you say.
Yeah, fuck your sister. Toddler's gonna fuck your sister, bud.
Do you ever see someone with like so much false cockiness and it seems wrong, like that kind of thing, and you're like, they had to have been a nerd growing up?
In LA?
Yeah. I meant, have you seen one today?
Not yet, but I'm going to a show after this.
Okay, so
I can tell you who's on the
see
show.
them. But it's like the same thing when you're like, I know why you're acting like this.
Yeah.
And you don't need to.
Do you remember? I don't know if this is a story where you say somebody's name. He wouldn't care. Do you remember Chase Austin?
Why does that sound familiar?
So Chase, this isn't going to matter to anybody, but Chase Austin is a dude who He was a stand-up comedian. He ran that Heavy Low show.
I remember that.
Yeah, that was like 11:30 at night on Tuesdays at Bar Lubitsch, and it was so much fun, but no one was ever there most of the time. And he was very like, he's from the Bay, and he was also very like no bullshit, like Matt.
Mm-hmm.
And he would always, if anyone was acting up, but you knew that they grew up a nerd, he would be the first to like find you and have that conversation. Like, this motherfucker, he's always like, whether people were talking shit or putting other people down or like just starting shit out of a place of like insecurity. I'm going to ruin you first before you like find me out. He was always like, that person got beat up in high school and now they're this stand-up comedian and no one ever checks him. Because that is kind of what happened.
I love that.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's very good at that.
That's what I'm saying. It's so easy to eye out. You're like...
Yeah. 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 Like, I was friends with everybody in high school. But I had my periods of like early on getting made fun of or having to like earn my way into a friend group by holding my own with like getting each other and like getting made fun of and like talking shit to people. It's like you earn your way into a spot, like stand up. You earn your way. You earn respect from people from doing well in front of them. And then there's people who just like somehow sidestepped it until they got here. And now they're like, you have to like me. We're adults. We're both adults. We have to be friends. I'm like, that's not actually the case. What were you like in high school?
All right, so I was all over the place. I was also friends with everybody, like every bench, and it was so like movie-esque. It was like the cool kid bench, the redneck bench, the goth bench, the band nerd bench. Like, I wonder if high school is still like that. Was yours very spread out? Like everyone had their bench?
You know, I'm guessing we don't call them benches, first of all. So already no.
Already so different.
Yeah.
What did you call them?
I'm willing to bet, without knowing, this is just a guess, that there are still cliques because that's the way that human beings roll. But I bet it's more inclusive now where it's like, it's even more intermixed. Like there's more, like these kids will be, like I was friends with all the jocks and also all the stoners. And like always, and those two people didn't always hang out. But
that's
like,
how I
was
was too.
Yes,
I was the bridge.
So yeah, there's a bunch of like bridges. I bet now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 9th grade, I talked about this before. I did band in middle school. Everyone did it in 6th grade. Do you remember that? Like in band class?
Yeah, you were either band or
home ec.
Was it band or home ec?
I thought so. Something where they made shit because I never got to make anything and I was bummed.
Yeah, it was definitely like you had to go somewhere.
Yeah.
Like you went to the gym to play saxophone or you're doing something else. But yeah.
So anyway, so I stuck with it. And in 9th grade, I didn't want to do it. My parents made me do it. So I hid it from everyone because I was going to be the fucking nerd. So 9th grade, I was friends with all the band nerds.
Yeah.
And then all the jocks. And then all of like I was like, totally into like screamo music and punk, and that was my favorite crew of them all.
We kind of all were.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That music. Oh, I just still makes me come alive if I listen to any of my throwback music.
Yeah, dude.
Nothing makes me feel more like me still throwing on some like Under Oath or something.
Yeah, dude. I just got a Taking Back Sunday record.
Oh, yes.
I like found it at the store and I'm like, this is the shit.
Yeah. I love it. Mm-hmm. And I feel like, I wonder like in all the groups I was always accepted and it always felt like I was in.
Yeah.
But I wonder if this was true or if I made myself feel this way because of the music or just myself. I always felt like I was like in it but out, like the in but out. Like
not like cemented.
Yeah, like well, maybe not my emo group, but they were so much more emo than me because I looked the same.
Yeah.
I had my hair. It's like how I feel now with stand-up. I'm like, man, I wish I looked cooler.
You look very cool. You know how to dress yourself. Yeah, uh-huh.
Okay, because then it's like I see people and I'm like, damn.
No, that's just the comparison thing.
Yeah, it's hard
Were you pretty in high school?
I mean, I had acne really bad.
Whatever, it doesn't really matter.
But I feel like I was like pretty-ish.
Yeah, that helps the bridge situation. You can get in with a bunch of people if you're good looking.
Yeah. They're like, you could come in.
You either got to be good looking or funny or be the first kid to like discover weed or the first kid to like have sex.
Oh yeah.
There are different things that like catapult you in the social ladder in high school.
The first girl with the belly button ring.
First girl with a tongue ring.
Oh
First girl
yeah.
belly button ring. First girl septum piercing is like, that's the first bisexual girl, you know?
Oh, that's something that would be, I think, the difference of now and then. In high school, everyone must be just so many bis.
Oh, yeah. All are bis.
All are bis.
All bis. Dude, Mike Turner has that joke that.
Oh, yeah. It's so good.
If you're like under 25 years old, you're gay.
Yeah. He asked the audience, he goes, who's under 25? And they'll clap and be like, so you're gay.
Yeah. Anyone under 25 is a gay person.
It is. It's so true.
Yeah. But that's also like, that's beautiful.
I mean,
you know?
It's changing.
Yeah, so much of there were the kids who were like out in our high school, and then there were the kids who were like so closeted that, you know, they got married to like whatever is like the normative whatever, guys getting married to girls and having children and staying in town and then being like, this isn't, you know, I wish I could have just been myself in high school.
Yeah.
But now I bet it's way easier.
At least here. I still feel like in like other states, it's probably still the same.
Florida?
I mean, not mentioning any certain states.
Yeah, you're probably right.
At least we don't have to deal with it.
No, we could be gay as adults. We could be gay as married adults.
Do anything we want.
Yeah, that's true. That's
how old were you when you got married?
30 something. I should be able to do this. It was like 6 years ago or 7 years ago. God damn it. 2016.
All right.
I got married.
30s is like the perfect.
I think so, man. Because we met when we were older. She's like a year and a half, 2 years older than me. Or like a year and change older than me. And I think I was like 30. No, I had to be like 32. Yeah. Yes.
That's good.
Yes.
I feel like 30 was the hardest year of my life. And I thought it would be exciting. I was like, I'm going to be in shape. I was the fattest I've ever been. Just miserable. I was like, I got to go to therapy. Like everything crashed at 30.
Yeah.
And then after that, I'm like, we're here. We've landed.
Dude, I'm glad it leveled out for you. I had such a good time in my 30s. I was never, I wasn't super bummed about leaving my 20s. All of my 20s, I felt like a big kid. And I know I matured a little bit, but whatever. And then all of my 30s, I tell all my friends who are like bugging about, like, oh, I'm fucking 30 now. I'm like, dude, the 30s the most fun I've ever had. Like, you're a kid and you do whatever when you're a kid, and your 20s are kind of hit and miss depending on your personality. And then my 30s, I just, like, they say, it's like your 20s with money.
Yeah.
And I really felt that. And I'm hoping that all the people say like 40s are the new 30s are right. Because I'm looking forward to I just turned 39 yesterday.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
It's my birthday episode. Thank you all for coming.
I would have got balloons.
Dude, looks like we're inside a balloon. But I'm looking forward to 40s because a lot of people have fun in their 40s as well. And then, like, we're not having kids. So I'm guessing our 50s could be fun.
Yeah,
as well.
It's never going to stop being fun. No. That's good. I mean, I started, like, writing out this joke I want to do because people keep asking, like, mini episodes. I keep going through this wave where people keep asking me if I want to have kids.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not even married.
Mm-hmm.
Like, chill.
Yeah.
Let me ask that question first.
Right.
But then it made me think of a joke. I don't know what it would be, but it's like, I want to have kids just not now.
Yeah.
But like, I don't think the now is ever going to come.
Yeah, not sure when now's going to show up.
I'm having so much fun. Like, I don't even want an animal.
Sure.
I want, like, me.
Yeah.
And being in a relationship is taking care of another person. That's a lot of work by itself.
Especially Matt.
Oh. Do you want kids? Yeah. I mean.
Yeah, whatever. You want to bring home kids? I'll watch them.
Oh my God. So yeah, good for you guys. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna just figure that out later.
We went back and forth for so long, and it was so interesting how things change. When we met each other, she was off of the idea of having kids at all, and it was like a deal breaker for me. I was like, I definitely want kids, definitely need to be a dad, because I never really saw it any other way, even though I hadn't given it much thought to how it would work, just like in reality. And then the older we got and the busier we got, and moving to LA and things happening with career stuff, and you see, like, you know, how fucking hard we have to work.
It's so much work.
It's so much work always, and there's no days off, and like we can't even have an animal because of how we travel.
That's what I'm saying. I can't get an animal.
Yeah, it fucking sucks. And then it kind of she came around to the idea of having them, and then I kind of weaned off the idea. And I was like, dude, I don't even, you know, I was always an only child. I never really liked babies. I like other people's babies. But I, you know, and I got to the point where I'm like, what if I'm not like a kid person? Like, it's so against whatever the average norm of being a human being is, that you have to have a kid. Like, you get married, then you buy a house, and then you blah, blah, blah. And like, what if I don't do that part of it? And then I was thinking, well, I'm already like a creative professional, and that's already like very not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to go to school, and then you graduate, and then you get a job in the corporate world, and then you get a raise, 25 cents every year, and then you die in your family's house.
Yeah,
you know. But I'm like, I already didn't do this shit. Is it that crazy to like buck the trend for everything else?
Not at all. I don't think so.
So far, so good.
Everyone says, like, I've been asking a few audiences, what do they think causes divorce the most?
Kids.
And kids is always.
Damn.
It's always kids.
Damn.
And it makes sense, though, because how are you going to have time? Like, even like when I started doing the podcast, I got so into the computer and I had to like force myself to get off to hang out with Matt.
Sure.
And I'm like, imagine having a kid. I don't like, your relationship could be fucked easily.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Especially if the kid's not like cutting clips or whatever.
I said edit, motherfucker. Why do you think I had you?
I said one word at a time captions. None of this whole sentence horse shit. You're going to give away the punchline.
Oh my God.
It's interesting, man. I have so much admiration for the people who do have kids, and like my friends and family members who are parents who didn't expect to be that, doing such a good job, or just like trying to figure it out. Such an admirable thing. It's such an amazing thing to watch. But you know, at some point you got to make a decision. If you're lucky enough to like be in charge of that decision. Yeah. And you stick with it and you do your best.
I mean, you can't turn back after.
No, you can't.
No turning
Not
back.
after a certain point anyway.
Oh God. I'm like, I just need to keep focusing on my career, and I'm like, I'll figure out everything later. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm not putting a crib in my podcast room.
No, you can't, dude. You just see like the corner of it. Once in a while, you like spin a mobile.
It has a muzzle on it, and I call it it.
Hey, it's over there. Quiet it so we can do the Patreon episode.
Did you there's two things with like older kids. Robert De Niro just had a kid at 79.
Yeah, but you know that guy's fucking all the time. He doesn't know how to not fuck all the time.
Kind of awesome, kind of creepy.
Both.
everything.
Yeah, as long as it's a consensual kid. Kind of cool, I guess.
Yeah,
Kid
she'll
comes
have.
out half old. Kid comes out 30.
Oh, that would hurt.
Yeah.
That would really hurt. Have you guys seen at all The Golden Bachelor?
No.
Oh, so I stopped watching The Bachelor a while ago. I'm very proud of myself.
Sure. Congrats.
Thank you. It's a big move for me. But then The Golden Bachelor came out.
Yeah.
And the guy's 73.
And how old are the girls?
They range from like 60 to the 70s.
Okay, fine.
And it's just, the first episode was like, this is so sweet. And now I'm like, fuck, like he's really old.
He falls asleep every episode.
Yeah.
In like the confessional, he's just like, I really had a good time with Samantha. She showed me pictures of her kids.
It's pretty much just like that. And I'm like, I don't think the producers were like expecting like or ready for like filming late at night with old people.
So funny. Tiffany was helping me sort my pills. We got into some deep conversation. Dude, that's crazy. I would have thought that if it's a show made in Hollywood, then half of those women would be like 35 years old.
Oh my gosh, could you imagine?
Yeah, I see it every day. You see it at Ralph's.
You do see it every day.
Yeah, all the time.
Well, some of them do look a lot younger than him, like the ones that are 60 and he think he's 73.
Yeah.
Still a good gap, especially when you get older. Like the aging, it changes drastically.
Oh yeah, dude.
Like when I'd go home and like see my grandma and then see my grandma the next year, I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
It's like
I should go home more.
I should go home more.
Yeah.
See you next year.
Yeah. That is tough, man. What a tough thing to deal with all the time.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
No worries if you didn't think of one.
I did.
A wiener?
I did my homework.
You got a wiener? Or we could skip the wiener if you want to do jokes, or we could do it all.
I forgot the wiener part.
I have a wiener I want to say.
You said, I'm going to say what I thought you said.
Yeah.
And then you tell me how off I am. I do this game with my wife.
Okay.
She's like, I asked you to do 3 things today. What are they? And I'm like, play video games. No, you said, think about 2 stories that were like the worst day of your life.
Yeah.
And one that you did make a joke out of and one you didn't.
Yeah.
Is that close?
Yeah. That's perfect.
Okay, great.
It was a miserable, embarrassing moment. So like whatever thing that's dimmed. And then the other thing is I do a segment called the Weekly Wiener.
Okay.
Which is like a person or thing that bugged you more than it should have.
Yes, I already got it.
You got one?
Yeah. I got 2.
Ooh. All right. Do you want to go for it?
Yeah. So this is so stupid. And I've already ruined somebody else's show by telling the story because it really doesn't mean anything to anyone but me.
Whatever.
I was on mushrooms the other day. And I was scrolling through my stories and I hit on a friend of mine who was doing this video of her going through like a goodie bag of stuff that she got at a Hollywood party.
Okay.
Like a swag bag or some shit. And she was just like shitting on everything in the swag bag. And I like lost my mind. And I laughed so hard to the point where like I called my friend like Nick and I told him why I thought it was so funny. And then I called Zoya and I was laughing. I kept calling Nick and he was like, stop calling. I don't think it's as funny as you think it is. And then I did Jeremiah's show. I did the stand up on the spot and we started talking about mushrooms and I was like, you got to hear. I found this video and I lost my mind and everyone was like, okay. So that's the thing that bothered me more than it should have.
Because she was complaining about free shit?
I think, have you done mushrooms?
No.
So mushrooms are very much like I describe it to people as like it's a constant state of like, huh. You know, like when you figure something out and you're like, oh, that's why that works like that. Mm-hmm. It's like that for hours.
Oh, wow.
And it's that plus like everything is funny.
That sounds fun.
So I had a very like macro view of what was happening. And I think about all of us who are transplants back where we grew up, however long ago that was, like 6 years, 10 years, whatever, when you moved here. Like, tell the person 2 years before you moved here that you were going to go to a Hollywood party and get like a swag bag. And then fast forward like 6 years to you pulling a Roku out in front of a camera and be like, fucking Roku, what the fuck am I going to do? And then go back 7 years and be like, man, if I could just go to one Hollywood party. And I was thinking of all this shit, and dude, Mandy, I lost my fucking mind. I was crying. I was scream crying.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
I see it though. I get it. I could see where you went with that.
Yeah.
It wasn't really a Roku, because that would be something that someone would Hollywood be like, I have a TV with it in it.
My TV already does this. Dude, I lost it. I called her and I was like, I lost my mind at your video. And she was like, did you think it was that funny? I was like, yeah, but not for the same reasons. And I love her very much. It was just like, man, that hit me the right way that day. So that's my wiener.
That's fun. That's a good one.
Yeah. What was yours?
Mine is like, it didn't bug me as much as I thought it was funny. But so we were at the airport. We were sitting in our seats on the plane, Matt and I. And this older lady's trying to get her bag up, but the wheels keep like hitting, so she's like really failing, and she keeps failing. But Matt's looking down, and I'm like, Matt. Yeah. And then he goes and helps her put the bag up. She's like, oh, thank you. Then she goes to sit down. Right behind her was her husband.
Yeah, but he's out. He's done.
He was like, yeah, bitch, try to get that bag, and you fucking idiot.
Dude, me and Zoya were lucky enough to go to Hawaii last year.
Oh, nice.
For the first time we'd never been. We're hanging out on the beach all day, and the waves got so crazy. It was right in like Lahaina, where all those big fires were recently.
Oh, shit.
But it was fucking beautiful. And some days the waves would just get nuts and everyone would just drink. And there was a woman out there drinking all day and the waves got nuts and they were like taking her. And Zoe got up and our friend Jackie got up and they were like, you know, they accidentally pulled off her fucking top when she but she's
God.
Just like, she's as happy as a clam, but she's like floating or she's thrashing around in these waves and she's like 60.
And her titties are just out.
And her titties are out and they're all like laughing, but also like kind of scared because the earth is taking them back. And the whole time, like they drug her back up on shore and her husband is there like, yeah, I don't know. That was my ticket out.
They're like, you really messed us up for me.
Yeah, you blew it.
Oh, I love watching older couples that are like just over it.
Yeah. Think of all the little like, I think about it with my parents all the time. It's like, think about all the little nothing fights that you and Matt have, or like all the disagreements and what, even if it's not a big deal, just like little minute things that annoy you about each other, and then like multiply that by like 50 years or 40 years.
It's got to get bad.
Yeah, you're not helping that person.
No.
And then on the other side of things, it's like you find that 70-year-old whatever, and they do still like hold hands and pull out each other's chairs. And, like, that's fucking adorable.
Yeah, I guess each person's different.
Yeah, it's not for everybody.
I figured, like, if I want to say something, if, like, I want to just start saying it with, like, a fun Italian accent, because it makes it come off, like, kind of, like, way better than, like, your towel's on the bed. Yeah. And then, like, how would you even say it? Like,
you don't have an Italian accent.
How do you know?
You get a towel off of the bed.
Oh, wait, maybe not Italian as much. Too Italian.
Okay, fair enough. I'll dial it
Do
back.
more like a mafia wife.
Oh, like Brooklyn Italian.
The
fucking towels on the bed.
See, that's more loving and like I love you, but you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
It's like, get your towel off the bed. Get your towel off the fucking bed.
Yeah, that'll work. You should do that.
I'm going to start.
Yeah. Make Anna Faris do it.
Ooh. Ooh, get your spit everywhere. I can't.
I like how it starts with like the frustration noise.
How do you mix those two? That's hard.
Yeah, well, maybe that's what it takes.
All night, I'm gonna work on this.
I can't wait. I can't wait until you nail it.
I'm gonna post and get 1 like by you.
And then we talk, and he's like, she's doing this new thing, and I can't stand it. I can't sleep.
Oh my God. Voice. Ridiculous. Okay. All right. Let's hear the stories. What you got? So what I've said before is like my podcast, when I started it is like how we get to make shitty moments into jokes. Mm-hmm. Best thing ever.
Yeah.
But some instantly become a joke and you're like so worth it, and some just don't work.
Sure.
Or you don't even want to say it
yet
or ever.
What do you want first?
Whatever you feel like talking about.
All right. So the shortest one is like the one that I eventually did get good jokes out of was my man boobs joke. Because all throughout, from 6th grade through like freshman year in high school, and even all throughout high school, I always had like body image issues because I was never in like great shape. I was always like a little bit pudgy. So like kids, used to make fun of me all the time. Like my friends used to make fun of me. People I didn't like used to make fun of me. And so the joke is I had the two things growing up that every guy needs to guarantee he's made fun of every day. And then I say, man boobs. And then I say, that's it. Those are the two things. And so that always does well because I think a lot of people have body image issues now or then.
Always. Always.
And then the worst, I was doing the Riff Raff show the other day, and I pulled one of the riff cards, and it was like, talk about like the worst day of your life. And I'd never been put on the spot like that before. I don't know if I could narrow it down to the worst day of my life. But the thing that came to me was the last time I had kidney stones. You never had kidney stones? Oh my God,
no. Do girls get kidney stones also?
Anyone with kidneys can get kidney stones.
But you more often hear guys getting it, I guess, because of how horrible it is for a male.
Maybe they're more. I don't even know if they're more susceptible to it because I know my mom has had them too. But I think if you have kidneys and you're, it's whatever your body decides to do with your like calcium or whatever,
But I thought this is something I never had to worry about.
We'll just pretend women don't get them, and then you don't have to have that worry.
Cool.
So the last time I've had them twice before, and this time was really, really bad. And when I get them, they're usually pretty big, so they can't pass through. And there was they couldn't get it out of my kidney, and it actually went into like your kidney's kind of like cavernous, and so it went like in and behind something, so they couldn't even like get it out. So it was just there like bouncing around my kidney, and it fucking sucked. And they were like, it's only gonna get worse.
Oh, great.
It's the worst pain I've ever had in my entire life, and all kinds of stories throughout the week of like how much pain I was in. And then eventually I go in and I had to have surgery on my kidney. And so
oh no.
My urologist, Dr. Steve, went inside with this like tube, like wire, with all these like gadgets attached to the end of it. There's a camera and a laser and like a bucket, like a claw machine bucket. Jeez. In this thing that's in you.
That's so creepy.
Yeah. And he said he had to go through my guy.
Yeah.
And up through like your urethra and your ureters and your your bladder and eventually your kidney to like go in, navigate through this camera, go in and find the stone, pulverize it with the laser.
What?
And scoop it out with the bucket. And that is what happened to me on the worst day of my life.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's crazy.
the technology is like, how do they practice that?
Isn't that crazy? I don't think they practice. I think they're just like, well, here we go. But like all the things that could go wrong, and then to have somebody do that like successfully, it's really like, it's crazy. I know we hold doctors at such a high level, but there's a reason.
Yeah.
And it's just so crazy what they do.
That is. Have you talked about it as a joke yet?
No, I don't know how to make it funny. I have to listen to the recording because it was funny the other night, because I was telling the story and I was like, man, I got to make this funny so people don't get like bored or sad or whatever. So I said a couple things interspersed, but I still don't think it's one of those jokes where like you would say it, at least not right now, as like part of your set.
Yeah, just sit with it.
You know, there's so many things that I want to talk about or that I have talked about, but you got to really like read where the audience is at. I used to have a lot more self-deprecating stuff, but then I found that if I did like 4 self-deprecating jokes in a row, they would kind of drop off and like feel bad for you.
Yeah, you get the ahs. Oh, you don't want the ahs.
No, you don't want the ahs, because that's not where you want those people.
No, not at all.
It's like they all left their, I think about all the people who come to like the Don't Tell shows, especially with their like coolers of stuff.
Yeah.
And they just left work and they're so happy to be out. You don't want to be like, well, I had my kidney surgery. Like you want to keep them up,
So was that recently?
No, that was like a couple years ago.
Man, wow, glad it went well.
Dude. Crazy. Now I drink water all the time.
Is that what they say to
do? Yeah. You just keep yourself like flushed out as much as possible.
Jeez. The only thing I could think of that I thought of when you said it, because you kept saying all the ways, but it's not even funny, is stupid. It's fucking, is like,
I need it.
It's like, no, it's so bad. It's so
talking yourself out of it.
It's like you're like, he went this way and this way, and I'm like, good thing he didn't take ways.
That is true. Yes. I like it because everybody gets it. Everybody hates ways.
But things are making me feel better about it.
And if he did take ways, he'd probably end up like in my stomach or like some other organ. So yeah, I feel you.
Okay, cool. Glad to help.
To be fair, I don't think either of us made it funny. So I'm on your team.
Cool. Awesome. We really nailed it.
Yeah.
It's the writer's room.
Yeah. It'll be funny eventually.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, definitely. I feel like doctor stuff is always a thing that, see my nose, I can't last long, is the thing that people have the hardest time getting to stage. Or like what people always say the doctor stories as the one that they haven't worked out yet.
Yeah.
I think because it's also like traumatizing.
Yeah, it's such a harrowing thing. And you don't really want to remind other people of like their shit or shit that they are going through, or like, because we're kind of like an escape, right? For people's like the shitty parts of people's lives. So you don't want to be like, remember when you were in the hospital and you couldn't leave for 2 weeks?
Yep. I'm glad you think of it that way. I think about the audience always. Some people I'm like, listen, these poor people here, and you're just really getting dark on them.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, we could have a whole other podcast about this, but I really do think the longer I do this, that one of the most important things to have, it's like so many people want to be a stand-up comedian, and a lot of people don't know the work that goes into it, and that's fine to want to do something where you don't really understand the workload or whatever. And then they say like, they're the funny friend or the funny like person in their office, and that's all well and good, and you should be that. You should be the funniest person in your family and do a great job. But the self-awareness is like the thing that really, really helps people be great. It's like their persona and their point of view and their fucking their like charisma and their self-awareness. Like to be able to read the audience, and most importantly, to be able to read accurately what the audience is thinking about you and what you're saying. And there are some people who, and no one fires you from stand-up if you're bad. You just go.
Yeah.
And you see people all the time that just have been doing it for a long time who just don't have the self-awareness. And I'm glad they're having fun. Everybody should have fun. But it's like, it's a two-person, like you're an entertainer, right? It's not all about you.
No.
It's a lot about you. But you have to go to these places where people cough up fucking, $25, $30, like plus drinks. And you have to make them feel good. It can't all be like standing up at your birthday party and yelling,
Well, those people get to have fun now. And then when it comes to the stage where you need people to come out to just see you, that's when reality will hit for them.
Yeah. Dude, I remember I went to that, there was a big town hall meeting at the Improv, town hall style meeting at the Improv, where Rita was going to talk to people about why they weren't being booked.
Yeah, I saw the post. I didn't make it. It was
so
2
much
p.m.
fun.
or something. I wanted to make it, but I couldn't.
It was just good stuff. And it was like, because Rita's one of those no bullshit people who will, if you ask her for the truth, she'll tell you the truth. And it's like at a certain point, you're either an absolute killer or you sell tickets and help the business. And she was like, take a hard look at yourself and figure out where on that spectrum you stand. Are you a real killer? And to know the difference, and would you sell enough tickets to help a business thrive? And I do think those conversations are really important so that the majority of the people aren't just I've been doing this for 10 years. Why am I not on this stage?
Yeah.
Here's my card that's been punched once a year for 10 years.
Yeah.
Now I get to be booked here, right?
Nope, not at all.
You have to be a part of the business,
There was a Frank Sinatra interview. I forgot who it was with, but they talk about it's a business.
Yeah.
Show business.
Yeah.
And no one thinks about that. And then it's your whole first chunk, I just got to my 10-year punch card.
Nice.
You win nothing. You get absolutely nothing.
Yeah, you don't win. You win being able to remember it.
Yeah, or it's actually awful because you're I should be better. I should be so much better. 10 years.
Yeah.
But it kind of gives you that wake up. Time to not just go to shows.
Yeah.
You can't just do the young thing anymore of I'm gonna go to shows and have fun and that and over again.
Yeah, do it like a social thing.
Yeah, you gotta buckle up and make it a business now.
Dude, especially the people who complain about filming or putting out clips or starting a podcast or whatever. It's you're well within your rights to not want to do any of that stuff. But the business changes, especially in a business where no one hires you and no one fires you. You could just say you're a comedian and then you could be a comedian.
Yeah.
But it's all the things doing the things that no one else wants to do is what propels you, past all the bullshit and through a lot of people, So fucking good on you for fucking turning half of your house into a beautiful studio.
My baby's room.
Yeah. Good on you for turning your baby's room into a studio.
Thank you so much. Well, thank you for doing it. Is there anything that you'd like to plug?
I have a podcast with my wife called Welcome to Our Podcast. I have a podcast with my friend Steve called Dynamic Banter. So if you like hearing couples that like each other very much talk, you could listen to the first one. If you like loud noises and talking about cum and stuff like that, that's the other one. And then I created the show called Surrounded. It's this crowd work show that comedians do in the center of the room. It's doing pretty good.
It's doing really good.
Thank you. And if you'd like to, when does this come out?
2 weeks.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no, not this Wednesday, but the Wednesday after.
Okay, perfect. So this Friday is the next Surrounded show, November 3rd at the Hollywood Improv in the lab, probably the last 2 of the year. And then on the 7th, I'm doing it in New York City at the Stand as part of the New York Comedy Festival.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You've done it in New York before, right? Have you brought it there before?
Yeah. I always bring it to the Stand, and they arrange the room all nice, and it's fun every single time.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Yay.
New York crowds are perfect for it.
I'm sure. I think I saw the pictures with Emily. Where was that at?
Browning?
Yeah.
Oh, we just did it in Portland.
Okay, that setup looked really good.
Yeah, they did a great job at the Siren Theater. You and Matt should go there.
Oh, it's a good one?
A really, really cool place.
Okay,
Yeah.
write it down. No. All right, well, thank you. Oh, you got to say hi to my mom.
Hi. Miss
Kathy.
Martino?
Yeah, Miss Martino.
Kathy Martino? Such a crush. I have such a crush. But she's so nice. She's always been so nice.
Oh my God, my mom loves you so much.
I love her right back.
All right, well, thank you so much, and thanks for watching. Bye. I always do that, like they're like talking to me.
Yeah, I love
They're
it.
like, we're not watching to this part of the. You think we waited to the end? You kidding me?
Okay, bye.